channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and comment any video ideas you want to see from me and Desire. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and comment any video ideas you want to see from me and Desire. Labor and delivery. If you hear something in the background, that's Desire. She's playing around. Okay. My last doctor's appointment before I was 40 weeks was October 17th. See, told y'all. Okay, I went to the doctors for the normal checkup, the normal pregnancy checkup. And when they checked my blood pressure, it was pretty high. Okay, it was pretty high. So they told me at the end of my appointment they was going to check it again. So they did all this trying to see was my cervix soft, and it wasn't. So, okay, this is the end of the appointment. The appointment, they checked me again. My blood pressure was still kind of high. So they told me that I need to go over to the hospital and make sure everything is okay. So they sent me over to the hospital, and I have this notepad because I got some notes down. Okay, told me to go over to the hospital. Then I went over to the hospital. They checked me and making sure my baby's still moving good, everything. Put me on the monitor. And then my blood pressure was still high. Sorry guys, I don't remember what my blood pressure was, but I know it was pretty high. And then at that time they thought I was having toxemia. They thought I had toxemia. So they told me, oh yeah, so they scheduled me in for the next morning. So they told me to stay by the phone because they'll be calling anywhere between 2 and 4 a.m. So I went home and I packed all my stuff. My baby bag was already packed months ago. And then I think it was around 2-ish, 3 o'clock in the morning when they called and told me to come in. So before I went into the hospital, I tried to get something to eat so I wouldn't be hungry. So I went by McDonald's, and it was me, my mom, my fiance, and my sister. We went by McDonald's, we got something to eat, and we went in. So they just tried to see, they put me on blood pressure pills, and they just tried to see was I going to labor naturally. So that didn't work. They see that I wasn't progressing. So I think they stripped my membranes. I'm not sure. I was out of it a little bit. And that didn't work. So then they used the pill. It's a small pill that you put in the vagina to soften the cervix every 12 hours. So around this time, this is like, okay, I went in there Wednesday. So it was like Wednesday night when they put the pill in. So it's like, it was on to the next day. Every 12 hours they put in a pill, and you can only put in 2 pills. So that didn't work at all. I was still hard. My cervix was not soft or was not open. I was not dilating or anything. Then they tried the Flowbee bug, which is a small balloon that they insert to the cervix. And then they like trying to force the cervix open, so they like pull it and it hurt so bad. So they come in I think they was just coming in every 2, maybe 3 hours to check to see, and they was pulling it. Every time they pull it, it hurt. Oh my God. So at this time, I think I was dilated to around 3 or 4 centimeters, and it stopped like right at 4 centimeters. I didn't dilate no more. And then they put me on the Pitocin, which is to they put me on the Pitocin, which is to kickstart labor. Anybody have kids, they know. Or if you just did natural, that's what Pitocin is. It's to jumpstart labor. And I still didn't dilate any. So I was just like, oh my God. Then they came back in. I think my sister had left the hospital at this point. It was just me and my fiance. They came back in and told me I would have to have a C-section because I wasn't dilating nothing. So my labor had completely stopped, and then my baby had gotten distressed. So that was the next best step, was the C-section. At this point, I was scared, but I didn't tell nobody I was scared. I was just thinking to myself, like, oh my God, I never wanted a C-section. I wanted to do all natural. So so my fiance called mom and told her. She was crying. I don't know why she was crying, but she was crying on the phone. So they prepped me for the C-section. At this point, I had already had an epidural because the pain, my contractions was, oof. I did not know that was gonna be, so painful. I did not even know. Oh my God. So I did already have an epidural at this point. So they prepped me for surgery. And then my mom came back, so it was the hardest decision to rather have my mom in the operating room or my fiance. So my fiance was just like, have my mom, so I had her. So they prepped her, put all her gear, excuse me, put all her gear on. So we went in there, and this is the scariest part of my labor. This is not to scare anybody that's going to have kids, want to have kids, or already pregnant. This is not to scare you guys, but this is just my experience. So when they put me, okay, I can remember some of it because I was in and out. So when I was in the operating room, you know, they prepped me, add more the anesthesia, put more medicine in my IV. So, you know, at this time I'm like, they're like, do you feel anything? Like they'll use a wipe from like, they come from like your stomach, like the middle part of your stomach down to where they finna cut it. So I'm like, no, I don't feel nothing. Then once you get like to the part where they're gonna cut at, I'm like, yeah, I feel that. So that part was not numb for me. So, and then they put more medicine. So they begin to cut. I told the doctors, the nurses, the anesthesiologists that I feel that. So they, at this point, they're like, you feel what? I'm like, I feel somebody cutting on me. So at this, I'm just feeling all of this pain. It hurted so bad. Like, just imagine somebody just cutting you with no medicine. At this, I did have medicine, but it just was not working. So at this point, I think I went out like I was going in and out. So I didn't remember up to this part, but I do remember them saying, okay, your baby's here, she have hair. My whole pregnancy, I didn't think my baby was going to have hair. I just always thought she was going to be bald head. So my doctor knew that. So she was like, she has hair. So I'm falling in and out of conscience. So scared, like I really felt like I was dying. Like I could not describe the feeling that I was feeling. So like I was at this point praying with my eyes closed. Like I was so scared. And then I'm hearing all type of beeping noises on the machines, and the anesthesiologist, he like, are you okay? Are you okay? So I'm thinking at this point they know something's not right, but they ain't doing nothing or whatever. Excuse me, my throat kind of dry. But at this point, I'm scared for my life. I'm feeling all this pain. I'm slipping in and out of conscience. Like I literally felt every cut. I didn't feel them pour her out or none of that. I think I had slipped out of conscious at that point. So okay, and I didn't feel them staple me back up. I think I was unconscious. Move. I think I was unconscious when they staple or stitch. I don't know what it was. Stitch me back up. And I was unconscious all the way until they put me in the recovery room. And once they put me in the recovery room, I think I was in there about 10 to 15 minutes. And let's see, okay, this has been 9 months ago. So, okay, yeah, I was in the recovery room, and I woke up. My fiance's right there. I didn't remember a lot because I was unconscious most of the time. But yeah, and then I just felt like they was just trying to rush me to hold her, because the lady, I think it was a nurse was trying to, like, you want to hold her? Here she go. And I still was slipping in and out of conscious. Like, I didn't want to hold her because I knew that I couldn't hold my eyes open. Like, I kept asking my fiance, give me a towel, I want to wash my face. Like, I thought that was going to help wake me up. But yeah, I didn't hold her. They put her on my breast to breastfeed because I chose to breastfeed. They put her on my breast to breastfeed, and then she did good. So Okay, let's fast forward a week when they come get me and put me in my regular room. So I go to my regular room. Okay, so I go to my regular room. And I think this was the same day. If it's not the same day, it was the next day. But they tried to make me stand up and walk. And anybody that have ever had a C-section, they know how horrible that pain feels to get up and actually try to stand up and walk. So I think that was like the same day, because she was born at 10:21 a.m. So I think it was like later on that day when they tried to make me walk, but it was the same day. Oh my God, I cannot describe the pain. Like, oh my God, I feel like everything was just falling apart on my body. When they tried to sit me up, no less than get me out the bed. Then they had the most skinniest nurse trying to get me out the bed. I'm about to knock her off. Sorry guys, my throat's so dry. But that's just that pain too. It's just everything. And they had me like on 3-4 IVs. I had so much going on. My blood pressure was so high. They know they just have you on regular I don't know if it's water or what they have in the regular saline. Yeah, saline solution. They had me on, I don't know the other two. I don't know the medical terms, but none of that. So yeah, I was on like 4 IVs and I had blew up. I was so puffy. Everything around me was puffy. Like everything, my legs, everything. It was so puffy. Oh, and I also skipped some parts. Let's rewind it back to before I even went into operation. Then they came back in and told me, I forgot to say it, they came back in and was like, okay, your blood pressure. My blood pressure was super, super high to the fact that I could have had a stroke or a seizure. At this point, I'm really, really, really scared. I was like, oh my God, like I'm 22 years old. They talking about a stroke or a seizure, so they put pads on my bed. So in case I did have a seizure, that I wouldn't hit my head on the railings of the hospital bed. So I'm like, oh my God. And I think at that point, I put my daughter in distress because I was so scared. So they put me on oxygen for that. And then, like I said, I had toxemia. I did have toxemia none of my pregnancy, but up until the day of my last doctor's visit, which is weird. I didn't have high blood pressure up until the last day of my doctor's visit either. Okay, now we're going to fast forward back to when I'm in my own room, when they tried to make me walk and all that. So that was just the worst pain ever. And I sat in the room and told my fiance, like, I'm not having no more kids. It's the worst pain ever. My whole pregnancy was bad. My whole labor was bad. My delivery was bad. My recovery was bad. Everything was just bad for me. And I said, I don't know, I'm not having no more kids. But I would do it again. Like if I had to, I would do it again for my baby, because I love her. So I would do it again. I do want more kids. Hopefully I don't have to have a C-section. If I do, then I know what to look for, so I know what's coming. So I'll be prepared for the pain, even though I don't think nobody can be prepared for that type of pain. Okay, so that's the end of this story. If you guys, scratch my nose. So if you guys want any more story times, comment them below. Any ideas or anything you want to know about me, anything you want to know about Desire, comment them down below.